Y'all, I got my hands on something so special. I'm emotional, so forgive me if I start crying. My great-great-great-grandfather was a man named Samuel Ajayi Crowther, who is a historical figure in Nigeria. He was the first Black Anglican bishop. He also translated the English Bible into Yoruba, and he's known for a lot of missionary work that he did. And he actually, I found out in researching my ancestors, wrote a memoir, and I have it here. The African Slave Boy, a memoir of the Reverend Samuel Crowther, church missionary at Abeokuta, Western Africa. And the reason I'm so emotional is it's so detailed. He talks about how slavery began in Africa and who the first enslavers were, which were missionaries from Spain. He goes through the details of how at 12 years old, he and his family were captured into the slave trade, and how their house was set on fire so that they were forced to exit. And his father got a bow and arrow and told his family, I'm going to check out what's going on. And he never saw his dad again. He talks about being tied together like horses around the neck. He talks about how hard it was for old women to march. He talks about being separated from his mother. And this is only like the first 10, 15 pages. I'm so moved, but also so grateful. Learning about my ancestors is like learning about myself. My interest in spirituality. There it is. My resilience. There it is, to be captured at 12 years old as a slave and to still build a life that he built. And not only that, guess who his grandson was? Herbert Macaulay, who is the founder of Nigerian nationalism and very well could have been the first Nigerian president. I'm just amazed and proud and just grateful for my ancestors. I just wanted to share that with y'all, that I know that many of us don't have the privilege to know who your ancestors are, especially folks who are descendants of enslaved people. But it is a miracle, the things that they have survived. And guess what? That blood runs through us. So at times where you feel like you can't do it, know that your ancestors did it and their blood runs through you too.
Evening, y'all. I thought I'd say a word about what's going on the continent. It matters to me as a Nigerian American because 7 years ago, almost 8 now, I decided to get my African ancestry test. And it told me not only that I was from Nigeria, it gave me the tribes that I descend from, which are Yoruba and Fulani. I have been planning to take my ancestors' DNA. I firmly believe that it was a woman that was taken because this face, my daughter has it, my granddaughter has it, my mother has it, my grandmother had it, her mother had it, like going back as far as we can remember. Somebody in my family has had this face. Think what you want. I believe that it was a woman who was stolen from her family, and that she was very upset. She was estranged from her family for that reason, probably prior, and she had my face, or I have her face. That's what I believe. And because I believe that, I had planned and do plan to go to Nigeria and to respectfully return her DNA back to her homeland, to our homeland. But now I'm looking at what's going on the continent. And here's what I say. I'm still coming. I need the Nigerian president to decide who he's standing with. So at least I know what kind of home I'm coming home to. But I'm still coming. I stand with Africa. I hope he does too. You take that how you feel it.
When I had done the genealogy and found out about my heritage, the first thing I did obviously was call my mom. Being African American, part of it is really not knowing so much about your lineage, your background, where you come from specifically, and it was exciting for both of us to discover more and understand what that really means. Never in a million years will I understand it as much as I do now. What has been echoed so much really in the past day by men and women alike is, oh, we weren't surprised when we found out when you were a Nigerian. Oh, no. And I say that mostly as a compliment to all of you, because what they define as a Nigerian woman is brave, resilient, courageous, powerful, beautiful.
I'm Nigerian. I'm the real Nigerian. I come from money. You see that green and that white? That's what I come from. I come from money, bro.
When did this Nigerian thing happen?
I did my 23andMe, and I'm 23% Igbo.
Oh my God.
Which is so fantastic. And I put it on Twitter, and this is like every Nigerian on Twitter was like, oh my God, fantastic. But every single one was positive. Like, it was the most, inclusive experience I've ever had in my life. I was very happy. But it was obvious because Jamaicans are all Igbo, right?
Yeah.
Jamaica's just Nigeria.
Right.
Super excited because just got that pack in, that 23andMe pack, so we about to see where your boy is from. Ooh la la, okay. What if I'm from Wakanda, from like Ghana or Kenya or somewhere like that, you know? Alright, so let's break down these results. Okay, good to see that I'm just under 50% Nigerian, since Black Twitter has so many positive things to say about Nigerian men. Moving right along, I know some great brothers from the Congo, you know what I'm saying? I got some Angolan in there, you know what I'm saying? 15%, yes sir. Then I got, this right here. I'm not really so sure why or what that is doing there. Maybe that's why I got blonde hair. And I think for the next few hours, I'm going to sit down, take my time, and really decide what part of my life I'm going to use my white privilege in. Y'all be good.
I just got my ancestry DNA test results back. Somebody very close to me was trying to convince me that I would be more than 10% European. I said no. Look at my lack of a nose bridge, my cheekbones, my eye shape, little ears. It's giving African. I am African American, and I am descended from people that were enslaved. So I knew that there would be some European, but this is it. 4% at the top, and you see the 1% Spain, 1% Ireland. That's it. 6%, that might as well be zero. I know that's right. Let's get to the parts that actually matter. I'm 31% Nigerian, but then there's also the 3% Nigerian woodlands, 1% central Nigeria. I need to do the research on the differences, but round it up. That's 35% Nigerian. Why'd I call my daddy and he was like, I knew it. I always felt connected to those people, which low-key, I think he's saying that because he likes the food. Like, I love me some good Nigerian jollof, but I also like Ghanaian jollof, so that's 7%. Yeah, I'm not going to overstep and call Nigerians my brothers and sisters. All of the Nigerian people that I knew in college, they're very proud of where they're from. So I'm not trying to get canceled, okay? But can I call y'all distant cousins? You know what's crazy too? Back in college, guys would tell me that I looked like I was Nigerian, but then somebody was like, girl, they're just saying that because they're flirting with you. And I was like, oh. But I mean, low key, next was Western Bantu. I need to do more research on that. At least from what I've seen, Bantu people can exist throughout the whole continent. I'm going to learn more about that. So we'll see. Another interesting thing on there was the traits. This is true. I hate taking naps. I feel worse when I take naps versus when I don't. And then a morning person through and through. Like, even when I try to stay up all night, I still wake up at 7 a.m. If the sun's up, I'm up. I see a lot of new recipes in my future. That was the main reason I wanted to do this, because I'm like, I want to learn how to make foods from my ancestors. I know, that's probably immature. Another thing, big takeaway. Skin tone is not really a good indicator of how African or little African somebody is. Some of us just have more melanin, some of us have less. That's it. Period.
Hi guys. Now guys, do you remember when I done the ancestry DNA? Yeah. Wouldn't believe the results that I got back. I'm actually shocked by the results. Not all of them, but how can it not say I'm 1% Jamaican? My mum was born in Jamaica. My dad's parents are from Jamaica. My dad wasn't born there, but he's Jamaican. Both of my parents are Jamaican, and it doesn't say I am not even 1% Jamaican. It's either my mum and my dad have lied to me my whole life, and they're not my parents, and they picked up the wrong baby in the hospital, or Ancestry DNA giving me somebody else's results. Because how can it not say I am 1% Jamaican? Look at the results. Look at the results. Please look at the results. I can't believe it. Has anyone else, had these results before? Please let me know.
American Christian Robert Lecrae gives himself. Nigerian name Aduel Obina. After visiting Nigeria and finding out he has ancestry from Nigeria through DNA test.